Neuroscientists have made major leaps in the understanding of how the brain functions. We're aware now that every single thing that we do changes the function and the structure of our brains. Every thought we have, everything we see, everything we experience, even the emotions that we feel. And with this knowledge, we've been able to use a lot of newer techniques in helping people to resolve trauma. The one that I'm going to be talking about right now that I use particularly in hazardous parenting is EFT tapping. I use a bit of a different protocol than the ones that some of the other EFT practitioners use. I'd encourage you that, as well as looking at my video, you take a look at Dawson Church's videos, or you might want to also look at some they're called faster EFT, and those use again another protocol for tapping. The original protocol was done by the original founder of EFT, who was Gary Craig, and he used a number of acupressure points on the body, but he's modified them over time too. My own modifications have been made because it seems that people just don't need all the tapping points. You know what are tapping points? Well, those are acupressure points that you literally tap on. You stimulate different parts. We'll run through that process in just a minute. The point of the stimulation is to bring attention of the brain to a certain set of neurons. You focus that attention by using words. It's a bit of a cognitive mix between cognitive work and acupressure. And when you bring that attention, when you make the brain look at what's going on, it brings the feelings, it excites those neurons, and it gets them ready to respond. And by using particular wording, particular phrases with the tapping, then you're going to be rebuilding some new connections, some new neuronal connections, rebuilding some new circuits. So you can have a very, very traumatic memory that has always brought about terrible feelings, overwhelming feelings, and left you perhaps with trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, any kind of negative things, just simply even fear. But with tapping, what you're going to do is, you're going to bring that up minimally, and then you're going to immediately start to rewrite, soothe those neurons, and put in a new circuitry. So you don't forget the things that have happened to you or the feelings, but what you do is experience a new way of looking at them, a way that removes the pain from it. It's like taking the bee sting out. It's not going to hurt like it used to. It's not going to do the things to you. It's not going to bring up your defense mechanisms. The part of the brain that handles that, the amygdala, is going to be left alone. And the part of the brain that puts things into memory and learning, the hippocampus, is the part that will handle it. And that makes it much easier to live with. So we're going to look at the tapping points, and there's a setup statement. The part where you want to be waving at the memory, where you want to be bringing it up, or the feeling. I like to go with the body feeling. So whatever connects to that, however it resonates in your body. If you have a particular memory, maybe it gives you a bit of a headache in the back of your head. You want to describe that. Or maybe your throat tightens, or maybe your chest feels kind of constricted. Whatever it is, take a look through your body and see, and then we'll start that with the tapping point. So we'll go, even though I have this tight feeling in my throat whenever I think of almost getting hit by the car, I'm okay now. Even though I have this tight feeling in my throat when I think about that big red car coming towards me and almost hitting me, I'm okay now. Even though I have this terrible feeling in my throat when I think of almost getting hit by that car in that crosswalk, I know that I'm okay now, and I choose to let go of the terrible feelings that used to go with it. And we're going to move to some other tapping points right in the inside of the eye. You can say, when I think about that terrible event with the car coming towards me, the red car speeding towards me at the intersection, outside of the eye, my throat constricts and I feel afraid and my heart beats when I think about that car. Under the eye, I think about that car coming towards me. I feel terrible fear. And I go under the nose, and I think about that car coming towards me and the feeling that comes in my throat, choking, constricted feeling. Under the chin, the fear I feel when I remember that car and I remember almost hitting me. And just right around the collarbone there, You might have a point that you can actually feel that's a bit different than the others. When I think about the time when the car came towards me at the intersection, the red car, my throat gets tight, and I feel like I can get over it now. Can I go now? You take a deep breath. Take a look at how you feel after you do that. Do other thoughts come to you? Other feelings around your body? Sometimes the feelings will move. They can start in your throat, they can move to your stomach, they can go down your back, your hands might get tingly, your head might start to hurt. All kinds of things can go on that weren't present before. Just follow them. What's happening when that goes on is that just different parts of your body are starting to respond to the memory. You need to clear all those different parts, work them out, and let them go. Remember to take a deep breath. It's always good to start with some good oxygen in you. You might want to look at the Quiet the Monkeys video that I've also got on YouTube. That gets the oxygen going properly. Good way to start before you do any tapping. And take some water if you need to. Make sure you're hydrated. And when you're doing the tapping, when you're talking about the incident, try to be very detailed about the feelings that are in your body. And don't be afraid of where your thoughts go. They're already there. Your brain already holds them. It's okay. You're surviving them as it is. This is just going to help you survive them in an easier way. It's going to help you get distance and move away from it. That's it for today. Check back again.